I meet all kinds of people who don't enjoy what they do. They simply go through their lives getting on with it. But I also meet people who love what they do and couldn't imagine doing anything else. If you said to them, don't do this anymore, they'd wonder what you were talking about. Because it isn't what they do, it's who they are. And it's not true of enough people.
Let's suppose I do this often in vocational guidance of students. They come to me and say, well, we're getting out of college and we haven't the faintest idea what we want to do. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? When we finally got down to something which the individual says he really wants to do, I will say to him, you do that. Forget the money. Because if you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way.
Don't you ever get annoyed, irritated, sad, anything negative?
No, I accept what is. And that's why life has become so simple.
Well, if somebody cuts you off in your car?
It's fine. It's like a sudden gust of wind. I don't personalize a gust of wind. It's simply what is.
And you're able to enjoy every moment?
Yes. I accept what is. I accept what is.
Yes. There is a world out there, and even if you decide you don't want to meet it, it's still going to hit you right in the face. Believe me. So, best you start thinking about the world now and what it means to you. What does the world mean to you?
Ask the questions in life that really matter, to get people thinking about what really matters in their lives. And the responses that I get from people just regarding that show let me know that I'm on the right track, I'm moving in the right direction. And so I'm not afraid, because I know that all of us have limited time here. But the real question is, who are you and what do you want to do with it?
There was a moment I used to blame everything and everyone for all the pain and suffering and vile things that happened to me that I saw. I didn't get no answers because I was asking the wrong questions. You have to ask the right question. What? Has anything you've done made your life better?
So if you want to change your life, my friends, you got to change your physiology and you got to change your focus.
The moment is here. Make sure something tonight ain't taking you away from this moment, man. Because that's all we got. That's what y'all don't realize most of the time. We don't get this again. We don't get this again. The clock runs too fast. That's why we got to savor these moments. Because they right now. I couldn't understand that when I was 24 and 25. That's why God had to incarcerate me, so I could see how great my blessing was that he had for me.
I think that people in the United States are good, compassionate, decent people, and if we really knew the social and health and violence and other kinds of problems that our consumption is adding to, I think that people wouldn't want that. But knowledge alone is not enough. Knowledge with action is what is going to turn things around.
What we are trying during all these discussions and talks here is to see if we cannot radically bring about a transformation of the mind. Not accept things as they are, but to understand it, to go into it, to examine it, give your heart and your mind with everything that you have to find out, a way of living differently. But that depends on you or not somebody else. Because in this there is no teacher, no pupil, there is no leader, there is no guru, there is no master, no savior. You yourself are the teacher and the pupil, you are the master, you are the guru, you are the leader. You are everything. And to understand is to transform what is.
You're gonna jerk off, why don't you just do it at home with a moist towel?
You chucking me?
Yeah, get the fuck
Hey,
out.
no, time's not up yet.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
not leaving, no.
Listen, you're not gonna answer my questions, you're wasting my fucking time.
What? I thought we were friends. What do you mean
Playtime's over, okay?
Well, why are you kicking me out, Sean? You're lecturing me on life? Look at you, you fucking burnout. What winds your clock?
Working with you.
Where's your soulmate? You want to talk about soulmates? Where is she?
Dead.
That's right, she's fucking dead. She fucking dies, and you just cash in your chips and you walk away?
At least I played a hand.
Oh, you played a hand and you lost. You lost a big fucking hand, and some people lose a big hand like that and have the sack to ante up again.
Look at me. What do you want to do? You're bullshit. You got a bullshit answer for everybody. But I ask you a very simple question, and you can't give me a straight answer. Because you don't know.
It's just a ride. We can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love. Between fear and love.
I was lucky. I found what I loved to do early in life, when I was 20. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, and don't settle, and don't settle.
Then I went, dude, I gotta be honest with you. You fucked me up a little bit. I said, that song and your jokes were so awe-inspiring to me. And I went home and I started writing. I went home and started writing because after I heard that song and after I heard those fucking jokes you would come to, those goddamn this was I don't know how many years ago. They were so fucking well formed. You were such a tidal wave. It was like an example for the first time where I saw an artist just peak, come together, and just put out the power you were putting out was so retarded that it was changing the whole fucking room. And I remember going, I gotta taste some of that. I gotta have some of that. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I get that still.
That's what you need, man.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that in your life, you gotta find it.
Yep.
Either surround yourself with friends who do it, go to TED.com,
Yeah.
do whatever you have
Yep.
to do, man. Find it.
Yep.
It's out there. And
Yep.
the beautiful thing about the technology, and this is for the young people, is that you can spend your time listening to music and reading about what Lady Gaga wore to the gym, or you can fucking open your mind to a whole world out there. To a whole world out there. To a whole world out there.
But if you talk about something like it already happened, it changes everything because your mind stores it as a past event, so it sees it as fact. There was a time where I was going to an audition and I was in my head a lot, and every time I had gone to an audition for a long time, I kept getting in my head and worrying about it. And then one day I went into the audition, but before I did it, I talked about the audition as if it already had happened. So I started saying to my friend, before I went into the audition, I started saying, do you remember when I went into that audition and I just nailed it? Like, I don't know what happened, but I got into a zone and I started feeling so good and everything. And as I started talking that way, my mind started seeing it as totally possible and feeling really good. And all of a sudden the stress started to go away that I had had for years.
I'll tell you what now, people don't give you love when you're hurting yourself. It's more out of obligation. They go, oh my God. In their head they're thinking, why can't you get your shit together, man? Why do you keep doing this to yourself? Because I don't want to walk past and go, oh, I guess I should probably help them, Obligation. Look after yourself, and if you want to get love. Give what you want to receive, and give it unconditionally. Don't be attached to the receiving everything, but that's just how it works. The universe works that way. You'll get what you give.
Because you're so worried about feeding them, you're not going to ask questions. Why are we paying 45% taxes? Why are we spending billions of dollars on nuclear programs when we could use that money to all have better lives? You're not going to ask that question. You're too fucking busy feeding yourself and feeding your kids. You're not going to ask questions. You're just going to work. Oh shit, I need to work 10 hours a day now just to eat. Oh, I need to work 12 hours a day. Well, you're so busy working, You're not going to ask the question, hey, wait a minute, we were all born here human beings. We had food and shelter and rent and sun and food growing in the ground. When we were born, 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago, we had everything for free. Why are we working 10, 12 hours a day now just to be able to live? You won't ask that question. You're too busy trying to survive.
Failure is an idea that humans created. If I use the word failure, I say, well, you want to fail as many times as you can because you'll get lessons and you'll learn from them. If when you fail, you say, what did I just learn? So when I realized that, and I started looking for the lessons, I realized that I was getting all of this stuff that was a bargain. And that in retrospect, I, and essentially every person that I've ever talked to who's had spectacular failures and blown lots of money on things and time, when you really get down to it, they say, it was a cheap lesson. And I'm glad I learned it then, because if I hadn't learned it then, I would have learned it later and it would have cost me 10 times as much.
You're born into a family that you sometimes don't relate to, but when you meet people you identify with, you share values with, then they become an extended family. And I know more of what it means to be an extended family because I truly look at all these people that I've met here as my family more so than what I've been born into.
Modern psychology has a word that is probably used more than any other word in psychology. It is the word maladjusted. There are some things in our society and some things in our world which I'm proud to be maladjusted. And I call upon all men of goodwill to be maladjusted to these things until the good society is realized.
As long as there's momentum, as long as you're getting up every single day and moving towards your particular ideal, your worthy ideal, you are winning. It is success. It's not necessarily having all the eggs lined up, having everything perfect and clean, having everything set properly and making sure that the stars are aligned. It's momentum. As long as you get up every single day and work, you will be a success.
I don't know, I think some people are too scared or something. I think things can be different. And I mean, the world's not exactly shit. But I guess it's hard for some people who are so used to things the way they are, even if they're bad, to change.
You walk towards your fear, you embrace your fear, you don't try to hedge it. That a part of real living as a human being, as a spiritual being, is to embrace and encompass your fear, your love, and not run away from anything, because that's the life experience. And it's in that richness that I think we find the most beautiful art, the most beautiful music. We find the richness of what the human soul can offer. And I see all that richness buried under such bullshit.
Look, we now know there is enough to go around, all right? In other words, if we could truly collaborate with our fellow man, there would be enough to go around for the world. But none of us can break through our own models of the way the game goes enough to do the things necessary to bring about that realization. And it's only when there is enough that we can become back to we, both of us as subject, and experience the unity when we are truly collaborative about our resources.
Save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves yet. We haven't learned how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? I'm getting tired of that shit. Tired.
Yeah, I think that often what our society describes as mental health problems is often awakenings and seeing things differently from the way everyone else sees it. But often the mind claims it then, and the mind goes insane and crazy with it.
Everybody knows that you got to take care of the whole community or you're going to have serious problems. And now we have to see that the whole world is the community, and we must all take care of each other that way. And it's not just a community of human beings, it's a community of plants and animals and elements. And we really need to understand that. That's what's going to bring us joy too, and pleasure. That's what's missing in our lives right now. We are all living so closely together, that we all have to take care of each other.
We're all in this thing together, man, and if I'm the only one having fun, that's no fun. We gotta all be having fun together. You can't just be the fucking man. You can't be the man. You know, there's no the man. There is no the man.
I'm honored to be here today. I stand before you not as an expert, but as a concerned citizen. One of the 400,000 people who marched in the streets of New York on Sunday, and the billions of others around the world who want to solve our climate crisis. As an actor, I pretend for a living. I play fictitious characters, often solving fictitious problems. I believe that mankind has looked at climate change in that same way, as if it were a fiction, as if pretending that climate change wasn't real would somehow make it go away. But I think we all know better than that now. Every week we're seeing new and undeniable climate events, evidence that accelerated climate change is here right now.
I am here to speak for all generations to come. I am fighting for my future. I am here to speak on behalf of the starving children around the world whose cries go unheard. I am here to speak for the countless animals dying across this planet because they have nowhere left to go. If you don't know how to fix it, please stop breaking it.
If you want to put an end to war, depression, unemployment, and most problems, what you eventually must do, you got to bring the whole world together. And you have to declare all the Earth's resources as the common heritage of all the world's people. If you don't do that, you'll have the same problems over and over again. So if you want a better world, you have to get up off your ass and make it better.
The solution will find us when the connection is there. Here's your wife's needs. Here's your needs. When she hears your needs without hearing any criticism or demand, and you hear her needs without any criticism and demand, the solution will find you. The conflict will resolve itself. What most of us do, we skip this and go right to here.
Make the present moment into your friend. Always ask yourself, what is my relationship with the present moment? And then see what happens.
You have to ask yourself, when you finally get the ultimate promotion, when you've made the ultimate purchase, when you buy the ultimate home, when you have stored up financial security and climbed the ladder of success to the highest rung you can possibly climb it, then what? Surely you understand, it'll never be enough. So you have to ask yourself the question, what matters?
When I went to college, guys were way smarter than me. You come to a place where, being smart ain't enough. You gotta have heart. You gotta have heart.
What kind of competition is there in your body? Suppose your brain said, I'm the most important organ, and the liver said, I am, and I want to go a free enterprise system. You'd rot away in a month if every organ of your body went out for itself.
If you have a goal in mind and you want to achieve that goal, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes. It drives me fucking crazy when people take credit away from people that are truly working their asses off. Do whatever it takes. Reach your goals. Make your dreams come true in whatever it is in life. And you can always do more.
If you are not making someone else's life better, then you're wasting your time. Like your life will become better by making other lives better.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute or an hour or a day or even a year, but eventually it will subside and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears?
The kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure.
You decide your own level of involvement.
All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it, my life has value.
to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. I guarantee you, whatever it is you want to do in life, you'll be able to do.